Hey guys, what's going on? It's Connor, bringing you a walkthrough, my very first walkthrough ever, and it's going to be on Soul Reaper, otherwise known as boss hunting. So I'm going to show you guys how you can get to this distraction and diversion. I'm going to show you guys how to get a task, and I'm also going to show you all the various options on the Grim Gem. Thirdly, I'm going to show you guys all of the bosses, there's 20 of them altogether, and then I'm going to show you every single reward that you can get from this D&D. So guys, please like, subscribe, and comment what other guides you want to see, and any other tips you have for me. So yeah, and now I'm going to show you guys how to get there. Now Death's Lair is really easy to get to. All you need to do is, you need to teleport to the Drainer Village Lodestone, which you can use the shortcut Alt-D, I believe it is. So once you've teleported to the lodestone, you need to go south about a few steps, and you'll see this purple portal in the ground. Then you click on it, and then it's called Death's Portal, by the way. So once you're in it, you walk up this walkway here, and then you are in Death's room, and that's where you can talk to him. To get a task from Death, you need to go to his lair, as I've shown you previously, and you need to talk to him. You'll have a short conversation where you think that you're dead, because you're in a room with Death, but however he will inform you that you're not dead. So then Death will tell you that there's been some imbalance in the harmony of life and death, and there is apparently too much life, so he wants you to kill stuff basically, but not just anything. He wants you to kill some of the best bosses in Runescape. So you receive a Grim Gem, which is very similar to an Enchanted Gem, which you'd get if you had a normal Slayer Master. It has all the similar properties, you can check your assignment and all that. But here we go, my first assignment was to kill 8 Corporal Beasts. Now I wasn't confident with that task, because my combat level was 118 and I've never done it before. So I asked for another task, and he said to me that I'm allowed to change it with no penalty now, but if I did try to change it again, I would lose 25% of the Slayer experience I would receive, and I'd also lose 25% of the Reaper points I would receive. So I asked for a new task, and I got Kriara, which is the Armadillo boss, and I have to kill 11 of her. Or him, I'm not too sure actually. So here we go, I'm showing you guys how to use the what's it called again? The gem, basically, I'm not sure, I can't remember the name, the Grim Gem, that was it. So you can check how much kills you have left, you can check for tips, you can check, you can also change your assignment on the gem, but as I'll show you here, you will lose 25% of the experience if you do try to do this. So guys, I'm going to show you all the bosses now, and I'm also going to show you what happens once you complete your assignment. In a bit, guys. Before I give you a run through of all the bosses, I'm just going to quickly show you what happens when you kill one of the bosses. So I'm about to kill Kriara here, and have a look at the chats, and then you'll see that it will tell me that I have killed one of the bosses, and I progressed in this assignment, and I have 7 more to kill. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like once you've completed the task. Now this is the final kill I get on Kriara. Once you kill her and you complete your assignment, it will tell you in bright green font in the chat that you've completed the task, and it will tell you how much experience you received and how many Reaper points you received. You don't need your Grim Gem in your inventory, because it will tell you in the chat anyway. Altogether, there are 20 bosses you can receive from Death. I'm going to go through all of them. The first one is Araxi, which is combat level is 3000. The requirements to be able to kill him are you have to have at least 120 combat. You'll be required to kill him either 3, 4 or 5 times. Now the Slayer experience you'll receive is 20,000, and you will also receive 20 Reaper points. The next boss you can receive is the Barrows Brothers. You will need to kill all of them, including Akrise. That is why you need to have completed Ritual of the Marjorat. You'll be required to kill the Barrows Brothers between 4 to 8 times, and you will receive 7,000 Slayer experience and 7 Reaper points. Next is the Rise of the Six, which combat level is 650. Sorry, you must have at least 120 combat, and you'll be required to kill them 3, 4, or 5 times. The Slayer experience you will receive is 20,000, and you'll receive 20 points as well. The Chaos Elemental, which can be found in the Wilderness, its combat level is 350, and you will be required to kill it between 2 to 6 times. The Slayer experience you will receive from this task is 10,000, and you will also receive 10 Reaper points. Commander Ziliana, found in the God Wars dungeon, the Saradomin boss, combat level is 596. You will need at least 80 combat, you will need 70 agility, and you will need to be able to access the God Wars dungeon. You'll be required to kill her between 10 to 15 times. You'll get 12,000 experience normally. However, if you decide to go into hard mode, it will be 15,000, and you'll receive 12 points if you play on the normal mode, and 15 if you go to hard mode. The Corporal Beast is another high level monster which you may be required to fight. If you were watching the video earlier, I did get this task. Its combat level is 785, you need to have completed Summer's End, and you'll have to defeat it between 5 to 10 times. You will receive 12,000 experience and 12 Reaper points. The next is the Dagon of Kings, which levels 303, sorry. You require at least 70 combat, and you'll need to defeat it between 10 to 15 times. After you've done this, you'll receive 10,000 Slayer experience and 10 Reaper points. General Grador, the Bandos boss, level 624. You require 70 strength. You'll need to be able to access the Gold Boss dungeon, and you'll need to defeat it 10 to 15 times. You'll receive 12,000 experience normally and 15,000 on hard mode. You'll receive 12 points normally and 15 on hard mode. The Giant Mole found in Falador Park, level 230. You need to defeat this between 3 to 8 times, and you receive 7,000 experience normally and 10,000 on hard mode. You receive 7 points normally and 10 on hard mode. Next is Huracan, the final boss in the fight kiln. You'll need to have completed the Elder kiln, and you would need to sacrifice the fight cape so you can start the kiln. You will need to defeat him between 1 to 2 times. You will receive 15,000 Slayer experience and 15 points. The Calphite King is another high level boss which you may be required to kill. His combat level was 2,500. You will need to have at least 100 combat, and you'll be required to defeat him between 10 to 15 times. The experience you receive is 15,000, and you will get 15 Reaper points as well. The Calphite Queen, which can be found in the desert, requires 333 requires at least 60 combat. The Calphite Queen's combat level is 333. You need to beat her between 4 to 8 times, and you'll receive 10,000 Slayer experience and 10 Reaper points. The King Black Dragon, found deep in the wilderness, combat level 276. You will need to defeat him between 4 to 8 times, and you will get 7,000 Slayer experience and 7 Reaper points. Kriara, combat level 580. You will need at least 70 range, 80 combat, and access to the Gold Wars dungeon. You will need to defeat her between 10 to 15 times. I had to kill her 11 times, and you will receive 12,000 experience on normal mode and 15,000 on hard mode, 12 points on normal mode and 15 on hard mode. Kirill to Saroth, sorry I can't really pronounce that. That is a Zamorak boss in the God Wars dungeon. Combat level 650. You will need 70 constitution at least and 80 combat, and you also need access to the God Wars dungeon. As well as Kriara, and I'm sure the other God Wars dungeon bosses have the exact same thing. You'll need to defeat him between 10 to 15 times. You will receive 12,000 on normal mode, 12 points on normal mode, and you'll get 15,000 experience on hard mode and 15 points on hard mode as well. These are the final 5 creatures you will have to fight. The first one is Legioness. 304 combat, a very high level Slayer creature. 95 Slayer required, and you will need to defeat Legioness 10 to 15 times. After you've done this, you receive 15,000 Slayer experience and 15 Reaper points. Next, a high level boss. 1001 combat, you require 70 agility, constitution, strength and range, and at least 110 combat, and you will also be able to, you need to access the God Wars dungeon. You'll need to defeat next 5 to 10 times, and once you've done this, you'll receive a whopping 17,000 Slayer experience and 17 Reaper points. The Queen Black Dragon is next, with 900 combat. You will need to defeat her down in the Grotworm lair. She has 60 summoning and 80 combat. She will need to be defeated 5 to 10 times, and after you've done this, you'll receive 10,000 Slayer experience and 10 points. Sok Jads, a very hard creature if you can't defeat her properly. So he has 702 combat. You will need 60 combat to be able to defeat him at least, and you will need to defeat him 1 to 3 times. If you do get him, I would recommend doing the fight kiln, because you fight Jad at least 5 times in that, I believe. I don't remember the exact number. But yeah, you'll get 10,000 Slayer experience and 10 points after doing this. Now, the most difficult boss you can get on through this is Virago. 10,000 combat level, you will need at least 120 combat, and you need to defeat Virago between 3 to 6 times. You will get 20,000 Slayer experience normally, and if you decide to venture into hard mode, you'll get 25,000 Slayer experience, which is the most in this distraction and diversion. you'll get 20 points on normal mode and 25 points on hard modes. Alright guys, now I'm going to bring you to the rewards. Now I'm going to give you a run through of all the rewards you can receive from Soul Reaper or Boss Hunter, as some other people might prefer. So, I'm going to quickly get an assignment actually, I haven't done it yet. Huracan. Okay, certainly can. Sorry guys, okay, 1, that's alright. So, I need to get myself another kiln cape anyway. So, are there any rewards for this? You need to ask him that. And you can get Aura Refresh tier 1, 2, 3 and 4. So, this resets the cooldown on any combat aura depending on the tier you've purchased. It's usable once per day. So, you can either buy it with Reaper points, or I think this is normal Slayer points, which you get from normal Slayer Masters. So, you can choose. The next is Death Steel, which reduces the degradation of armor and weapons by 50% on your next death. That would cost 50 Reaper points or 500 normal Slayer points. So yeah, there you go, total Slayer points. So Incomplete Hydrix, which is a tradable gem, can be combined with a cut onyx to create some jewelry. Next, effects, Rainbow Loot Beam, which will, if you get really good loot, or yeah, like on the drop table, it will show up in like a rainbow color. You can get Bonfire Booster, which permanently increases the duration of Bonfire health boost by 25%. You can get an additional task, which means you can get 2 tasks per day from death, if you want to do that. And instant cost, which reduces the cost of boss instancing by 25%. Now that costs 250 points. Now the other rewards, the Reaper title, which you will get if you kill every boss once. And these are all the cosmetic overrides for the Vanquisher armor set. So Gauntlets, kill 250 bosses with 5 kills in each boss. 500 bosses with 10 kills in each boss. Quizzes, 1000 bosses, 20 kills. The Cuirass, sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong, 1500 bosses with at least 30 kills in each boss. And the Skull, 2500 bosses with at least 50 on each boss. And the final boss title, 5,000 bosses with at least 100 on each boss. That's for you real veterans out there who really want to get that title. So, I'm not too sure what this is. You can enable group assignments if you want. But yeah guys, that's the end of the rewards. And that is also the end of this guide. So hopefully you enjoyed it. And I put a lot of effort into this. So if you did enjoy it, please like, subscribe and comment what other guides you would like to see from me. And once again guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you later. This has been Connor.